Hello Aquarius, this is your extended reading. So it's very interesting how the cards from this part are very complementary to the first part in a way that I feel like this is explaining why this transformation had to happen, because we start off with the Queen of Cups, and this queen is coming as a mother figure, as someone that is so wise and so gentle and so loving and so caring for you, Aquarius, that they want to help you, but it's almost like they're there if you need help. So they're telling you, I'm here if you need me, but also the way that they were coming, because as I said, with the Death card opening your first part, there's a lot of responsibility that you have to take in order to go through this transformation. And I feel like this one is coming as this motherly figure that is here to extend their hand if you need, but also they're watching over you. You know, you are not alone in this transformational process, and it's like they're watching from a distance, but I feel like they're there to ensure that you feel that you're being taken care of, that you're not alone, that, you know, there is company, but also there is safety. They are providing you this safe ground, this it's like this mother, you know, watching their child grow up and not being able to intervene, but being there, you know, nonetheless. And so she's very wise and she's very loving, right? But also she's watching you. That's the thing. And so the cards that followed this Queen of Cups, well, I'll begin with this and then I'll go to the two next. So Judgment came after the Queen of Cups, and the message with this Judgment was I just got very lightheaded right now. Okay. I don't know why everything just got very dizzy. Anyway, this Queen of Cups coming followed by this Judgment was this breaking down of your world, right? And the way that I felt was almost like she was handing you this hammer in order for you to break down your world. And so because I was seeing this movement that she was, you know, she is facilitating, she is being this mediator for you to break down your world, for you to break down your fake facets, right? For you to understand how fragile it all was, right? And so it's interesting because in this part, in the first part, I didn't see that you were initiating this transformation, but here, this presence, this motherly figure is saying to me, is showing me that she was facilitating something that you yourself, Aquarius, had to do, had to initiate, had to, you know, be the one to just break down all of these fragments, right? And expose whatever was inside that you were holding back. Because what's following this Judgment card, is this Five of Cups and the Seven of Swords. And so this hammer breaking down your walls, breaking down your fragments, breaking down your facets. It was necessary. It was something that had to happen, because you were just holding up so much. You were holding up, you know, a lot of tension, because sorry about the noise. It's going to pass. And maybe this is for you. This is going to pass. This state of confusion and of and shock, you know, it's going to pass. Although, you know, here there is a lot of work involved. There is a lot of detailed information and detailed pieces that you have to pay attention, right? And so something that you do, and because you also have all of your emotions upside down. Oh yeah, that's okay. So I'm just remembering that, because this judgment was talking about exposing all of this, you know, all of these suppressed emotions, right? Not expressed. And so they are so, I'm feeling like this pressure on my chest with these two cards, right? So I feel like there was a lot that you were just holding up and just not expressing and not saying and not, and just, you know, guarding yourself up more and more, and just trying to just try to create more and more defensive mechanisms around you. And, you know, and maybe this is what's being exposed, right? This is what was causing this void, right? Because you were not saying, you were not expressing your emotions, you were not just, you were holding back, you were holding on to, you were just, yeah, I feel like what I'm seeing is like a lot of darkness just in your heart, in your chest, and just, it's not a good feeling, Aquarius, and I feel you if you are feeling that. So as I said with the message from the helicopter, it's going to pass, okay? But you do have to put a lot of work in, and there is a lot of actions that you yourself have to do to put the pieces together and deal with all of these suppressed emotions and thoughts, right? That you were just hiding, right, within. And so what I was also getting from these cups and swords was that in the first part, you know, with the Two of Swords and the Six of Cups, this Six of Cups being this this attempt to align your emotions, but, you know, because the Two of Swords came reversed, and then I turned around and got the message of your emotions being upside down, I feel like this is the work. This is actually, you know, the pieces that you have to put back together. It's like your own emotions. So yeah, so this is so beautiful. This is very, very interesting. Okay, so whatever you thought you were covering up with these fake facets that were so fragile, and, you know, you were staring at all of these pieces scattered around on the floor and trying to piece them together. In reality, it's not these pieces that you have to put together. In reality, what you have to put together and realign is with your emotions. You have to see how fragmented your emotional side was, right? Because here it was just being compressed and suppressed and, you know, bottled up, and it was just, it was draining you. So if we have to put it in a simple way, it was draining you, right? It was just this hole in your chest, right, that you were trying to mask or cover, right? And so after all of this very dense energy that was coming through, but also as an explanation that yes, you have the strength and you have the tools, and you know, the protection, the care, the love of this one, right? That is right beside you, watching over you, and you know, worried about you, but also knowing how necessary all of this process, that yes, it is very uncomfortable, Aquarius. I see you, I feel you. But it is necessary, right? And so all of this density and all of this pressure in my chest, I was asking guidance, I was asking the cards, so what is next, right? Now that, you know, the pieces have been scattered, and everything is like all over the place, and you're trying to piece them all together, and understanding that in reality it's not the pieces of your fake facets that you have to put together, it's in reality your emotions, right? The card that came through was beautiful, because I feel like this is the sign for me and for you, Aquarius, to know, to feel how all of this work that you're putting in, all of this responsibility that you're taking over all of this situation, I feel like you're going to feel aligned again, because, you know, 6 and 6. So the card that followed the 7 of Swords was this 6 of Wands. That is, you know, explaining to me why you had this these emotional triggers, right? This shock that was very perhaps very anxiety triggering in the beginning, right? But it was just this way of seeing that and releasing your emotions, right? Releasing whatever was kept inside under locks and keys and whatever, and fake facets, right? And so, because, you know, this is also a 6, and it's the 6 of Wands, you know, and if you remember the first part, you know, all of the shattered pieces were represented by the 8 of Wands, followed by the 6 of Cups, right? You know, just pointing to me that your emotions needed to be realigned. And now, in this part of your reading, after I asked for guidance or for some sort of sign for whatever is coming next, right, for you, and you know, this is where the alignment is coming through. This 6 of Wands, right? The pieces coming back together. And so after this 6 of Wands came this powerful and actually very transformative card too, because for you today, this Tower card, and if we think of this traditional card of the 6 of Wands as victory, as, you know, overcoming a battle, right? This Tower today was coming through as a very loud scream. I was hearing, like, because today all I could see here with this Tower card was that this doorway was actually this open mouth that was screaming at the top of your lungs, Aquarius. And so when these two cards came together, what I was seeing was almost like this bridge, right? This bridge that is being extended in front of this tower, that is and the way that I saw was like this big tongue that was coming out of your mouth that is allowing you to express, to just scream out, just throw it out there with a big scream, right? Because I feel like you have hold up so much that only a really big loud scream is going to be this release, right? And so just allow yourself to put it out there, just to get this out of your chest, right? And you know, this, with these two cards, I already was feeling a lot of relief, a lot of, you know, because the first three cards, the Judgment, the Five of Cups, and the Seven of Swords, were very dense and very just, you know, there was this huge block inside my chest that I could feel it from these three cards. And then here, this release, this huge relief, right? From this scream. I feel like this is where you come back to your alignment. And the card that followed as this final card of this extended reading was the Two of Cups. So if you remember, I said in the end of the first part that this Two of Swords came reversed. And when it came reversed, I thought of the Two of Cups, but I turned it around, right? And I got the message, your emotions are upside down. And so here, to end with this Two of Cups, right? Because as you see, if we turn this Two of Swords, you can see that these two hearts are also here, right? In the same position. But because they were all upside down, I feel like your emotions are getting back on track, are, you know, and because it's just a two, right? Before we had the Six of Cups and the Six of Wands, it's almost like, okay, so the message that I'm getting right now is that the detailed work that you had to do, you know, to deal with whatever was in your core, was in this void that was now exposed. So these detailed informations are helping you to see which fragments or which emotions are the ones that you really want to keep. And not all of them are going to be kept by you, right? And perhaps this could be translated in a partnership, right? Almost like this cleanup of relationships of your life. So what I'm getting here right now is that perhaps with many relationships, you had to fake yourself. You had to hide your true self, right? By wearing these fake facets of yours. And now that it was this fragile cover-up was smashed and exposed, your true being that was hiding a lot of held up emotions, right? And thoughts and darkness, right? I feel like here with this relationship, that you are identifying as the one that is really important for you, because it's the one that you can just show yourself, show your emotions, express your emotions. And perhaps they are the ones actually that you're so yeah, it could be two things. So these are the ones who are there, you know, maybe it's your mother, right? Or a mother figure in your life that is there, and she is providing you the space and the environment, just the atmosphere and the safety that you need to scream, to put it out there, just to express all of you, right? Entirely, with no suppression, with no shame, right? And this is why I feel like there is such a relief from you, right? And so this is really beautiful. I feel like by the end of it, even though yes, it requires your responsibility, it requires your full attention, your full commitment to your own transformation, to, you know, looking within, and just being gentle with yourself, being compassionate with yourself, to accept all of these emotions that were suppressed for such a long time, and just, you know, giving way for them to speak, for them to be expressed, and just release it, right? And knowing that this will be the way to realign your emotions. And so let's see what the runes want to add as a final guidance for you, Aquarius. This is so beautiful. This is really beautiful. Okay, so the rune that came through was the Sun, and this is immediately talking about these two cards from your first part, the World and the Sun. So if you see, and these are talking to me in a very visual way, but also in a symbolic way, because it's the Sun and the Sun, right? And because I said in the first part that this Sun wasn't coming through as the traditional happy, you know, uplifting meaning, it was actually the opposite. It was this void that was being exposed, maybe for the first time, after being covered up by so many fake facets and so many fragile fragments of you, right? And so here, this final guidance is this, it's this change, right? Because, you know, this is the astrological symbol for the Sun, but it's so beautiful because today, what I'm seeing, and this is so, it's just, oh, it's giving me very, it's like this very peaceful sensation in my whole body, because it's not only lighting you up, right? Lighting you up because your emotions are organized and are being taken care of and being cleaned up and being expressed. Your self, your true being, you see this dot in the middle of this circle, is this, because here it was all fragmented, and here you're one with yourself again, you know, not being afraid to expose the core of who you are, and feeling like you're whole again. So if here you were feeling like there was this void, there was this darkness in you, there was this shadow that you were trying to keep protected, right? And then suddenly it was exposed. It was just showing the fragility of the cover-up, right? And here you are whole again. You are one with yourself, and you're not ashamed of it. You're not ashamed of showing who you are in your very essence, in your most truthful way, right? And so this is very, very, very powerful. Very, it's so empowering. I hope you can feel this this light coming your way, right? This reignition of your whole being, just coming to this full power again. So Aquarius, this is your reading. This was very uplifting. I love this final guidance from the runes. I hope you liked it too. And don't despair, don't give up. It will get better, it will pass if you're feeling this. So thank you so much for being here with me. I'll see you next time. Take care, bye.